Hi, you've reached the Teej. I'm not able to answer the phone at the moment, but if you'd like to leave a message and your number, I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Unless, of course, you annoy me, in which case, I probably won't answer your call. I'm just going to be honest with you right there. And seriously, if this is Terry calling again about that issue with scheduling over spring break, seriously, man, I'm not going to deal with your crap anymore, alright? I've had enough. I'm going to Canada. Just shut up! Just messing with you. Hello, everyone. I am the one and only Teej, and of course, it is midnight once again, and you are listening to Bearcast Live, coming to you from the Chuck E. Jones Shredder Studio, part of the Electronic Media Division at CCM. Terry, did you clock it? Did you clock it? I think I was down to 3 seconds right there. It was awesome. Yes, yes, yes. You are with me here again for another evening of oddities, strange stories, and whatever the hell else I've been able to come up with the past couple of weeks right there. It's been so long. Oh my god, how long has it been? It's been weeks at this point. I'm just becoming this horrible, horrible mess at this point. I just don't know what to do with myself. I missed you. I missed you more than anything else, and I guess if there's anything more that I can try to convey right there, it's just that simple fact right there. And so it's so great to be with you once again, to be on you with this journey of complete mischief. That's what I got planned at least, so we're just going to jump in that. That is you out there still, right? It's not anyone else, anyone new. Is there anyone new out there? Hello? Hi, I'm Teej. Who are you? Nah, that's a cool name. Alright, so here's how this works, kind of. In case you haven't been, figuring this out, that sort of bit right there. I'm going to say a whole bunch of stuff that's going to probably irritate Terry. And Terry's my producer. He's here in the studio with me once again. And we're on this journey. And I would love for him to say something, maybe even yell at me a little bit on the air. But of course, Terry doesn't want to be associated with the studio and the show, the one and only Teej. So it's just this bit of awkward monologue that I just try to perform and keep people entertained. So without anything more, it's been very, very rough the past couple of weeks. I've been experiencing allergies. Do you experience allergies? We may have that in common right there. I have a couple of allergies, and they aren't really that tragic, except for the fact that I can't be around horses, and twice a year, it seems, I have a bit of an attack, in which case I have a extraneous amount of mucus, and it doesn't make for lovely radio conversation. More than anything else, I had a cough a couple of weeks ago, and that screwed everything up, and in case you weren't paying attention earlier, really wanted to do a show over spring break, that sort of thing, but Terry had scheduling conflicts, that sort of thing. Oh, I can't go during the normal time. I've got a life, and, that sort of bit right there. And, great couple of ideas that were going on in my mind right there, and I just felt so sad that I wasn't able to connect with you that much. Ideally, though, we have a couple of fresh ideas around, and, I don't know, some craziness with the law that we'll probably have to get into later. And I know Terry isn't looking forward to that, so it's got to be good. Oh boy, but yeah, battling with allergies, and I noticed one thing specifically, and that is, I spent my last summer in California, and I didn't have allergy problems once during the entire time out there, which was probably good, because I didn't even have a tissue. I was living in a tent. But that being said right there, as soon as it comes around, springtime goes around, and all of those pollens are trying to, all the plants and whatnot, they're trying to throw pollen out into the atmosphere, and in a really awkward and peculiar sort of sense, they're trying to mate with my sinuses right now, and it's just not working out, my sinuses saying, no, and it's just this aggressive force that I am experiencing from Mother Nature right now, which is making me think she's a little bit rapey. Some people are into that. Personally, I'm not so much, but we'll get into that later in Weird News. You're gonna love this story, so you gotta stay tuned. You got to stay tuned. Oh boy, but my solution to fighting allergies, to fighting colds actually, just kind of rolls in the same sort of genre for me. It seems like one begets the other and that sort of thing, so I guess I might have been sick, I don't know. Probably sick. It seems like the right thing to call it. With that being said right there, my suggestion, if you're ever feeling under the weather in some sort of sinus pressure and that sort of thing, I like to dance it out. Dance is like the very best medicine, that sort of thing right there. So yeah, you just gotta warm up your core temperature and just let things flow, let things go, that sort of thing right there. Positive energy is what I'm talking about, and you just dance the cold out. Sound good? Sound like something you can do? Definitely. Put on some good jams, that sort of thing. I got Rat-a-tat in the background right now. Always like to start off my night with that. Gonna have to throw in a couple of more, actually, because we are getting through the evening already, and it's wonderful and everything. So, seriously, if next time you're having a cold or something like that, try dancing it out. I want to know the difference in your routine and that sort of thing. Get back to me. We'll share this experience, and it'll be wonderful. If you need to know how to contact me directly, you can go on to the Facebook, the Book of Faces. That is FACEBOOK. And then you put a period, and then you put COM. And if you put that in, a browser, typically that transfers you over to the Facebook page where you hopefully have an account, so then you can talk to me and you can research the Teej. That's TEEJ. And, I mean, how many times do I have to tell you this, all right? I'm not spelling the for you. Okay, so we're not doing that, but you can contact me there, message me, that sort of thing, because I'd love to know what you're thinking as well. You are a beautiful, lovely individual with wondrous thoughts. And sometimes I don't get to hear enough of them, and so I would like that form of communication. I think that'd be a beautiful thing right there. And so if you do that, that'll be great. And in the meantime, I'm trying to generate new content and that sort of stuff right there. And again, I really did want to do a show over spring break, but Terry wasn't working out, and I still have to be chaperoned by him. I'm not sure if I've, touched on that bit too. That's still going on. I do a show because Terry is here, and, in some ways, we're just one at this point. Right, Terry? Yeah, can you feel the bond from past the glass? I'm looking into your soul. You have some dark secrets, sir. Oh my, what the? Okay, Terry's got some dark thoughts going on right now. That was weird. I'm not typically able to read people's thoughts, but we just had a... That was... Okay, I don't even know how to explain that. Let's move on. Alright, So I was informed, I was a little bit worried coming into the studio today because I was informed that we were maybe having some technical difficulties, that sort of thing, and you would think with Terry here to support everything and, make sure that it all is functioning and all, that would be a regular thing. That would be something I don't have to worry about. And then I got to the studio and all of a sudden I can't hear anything coming out of the monitors, which is a fancy word that we like to call speakers, and the headphones. And maybe that doesn't sound like a serious thing to you, but in the whole broadcasting experience, that sort of it right there, I have to wear headphones to know what the hell I sound like as I'm broadcasting out to you. And that may be a very weird thing to you. I mean, beyond the fact that I'm basically talking to myself for 2 hours straight, it happens to be that I need to hear myself as I am projecting myself to you, the lovely individuals. And so, in almost a continuous motion, I'm just having all that audio feeded back into my ears right now, and I'm just surrounded by this lovely bit of audio, which is... the voice you're listening to. Hi, how are you doing? But I definitely could not keep that up for the whole night. Oh, man, I don't think anyone would want to listen to that either. I mean, it's just not that good. It's not that great. So, had a bit of technical difficulties right there, and I get worried about that kind of stuff because if you can't hear how you sound, what good is that right there? I don't know what's going on anymore. My level's good. I'm just trying to look at this visual representation on the board here. That's not enough, that sort of bit right there. Yeah. So it gets a bit scary. It keeps you on your toes, that sort of thing. And, I'm pretty sure that Terry broke it. I'm not trying to start a rumor or anything, but it seems like it was in his capable hands, and then all of a sudden it starts messing up. And, who's responsible for this stuff again? Yep, that's right. Terry gets the blame once again. So that's always fun and good, but other than that, I've been trying to stay real busy in that sort of sense. I don't think any of us really have a choice at this point, That's the lovely thing about spring break is that you come back and all of a sudden it's like, hey, you only got a couple of weeks left of school and look at all the work you have left to do. It is wonderful. You forgot to read all that stuff over break. That's right, you forgot about that project, and we're going to throw 6 more on you, and then there's finals. And so everyone is having like a coronary attack as soon as they get back from there. That is if you sat on your ass the entire time, which, I mean, in a way I did because I spent the entire time working. And unfortunately, what I am calling my job at this point is typically sitting on my ass and in front of the computer, which isn't particularly exciting and is no way to certainly, spend your spring break. It's kind of miserable, actually. I'm bringing up some really bad feelings. Oh, okay. Alright, so I may be experiencing a little bit of PTSD from last week, honestly. I spent 50 hours working in that sort of sense, and it is... it just makes your eyes want to throw up when you've been staring at a screen for so long. It just makes you insane. Then you get to throw that energy out here in this sort of channel, and then it hopefully makes for good radio. We'll see about that sort of bit right there. I don't know, but in that lieu of staying busy, I did apply for a scholarship. That's right, Terry. Applying for scholarships. That way that we can continue this next year, right? I know you can't wait. Yeah, so Terry isn't going to graduate this year, apparently. A couple of problems with his credits and whatnot, so he'll be here next year, and if the scholarship goes through, I'll be here next year, and it'll be great. We'll be doing this all again for another year. It just makes you feel great. No, so I did apply for the scholarship, and the scholarship was the Jack and Joan Radio/Audio Production Award. That's right, Jack and Joan, those lovely individuals that helped make this beautiful studio that I'm broadcasting to you from right this instance. Yes. So I'm excited, and what that required me to do was write a cover letter as well as admit some of my material. And I've shared with you a number of bizarre little things that me and Terry have cooked up in the studio the past semester, that sort of bit, and I just decided to fill a little portfolio with those little wonderful items, and we'll see how it goes. Because I think that, in a lot of ways it could be very beneficial, to support the kind of messages that I like to share here on the one and only Teej. But then again, some people like to argue with the idea that perhaps this isn't the most professional platform. Yeah. Which, I have to say, is probably subjective at best, in which case, why are you being so judgmental? Hey. Come on, none of that here. None of that. Nope, not going to put up with it. So I'm going to keep you posted on that. It will apparently be announced tomorrow, so I might have to share that on the Facebook page if we make it, I'm going to be very excited if we do, though, because it would be the first time that this show was, recognized in that sort of sense. And that'd be exciting. That'd be fun. That'd be wonderful. So I can't wait. And beyond that, I should make a little official plug, and then we'll probably kick it over to some music. I am running a bit of a festival, an expo in a couple of weeks, actually. Not this weekend, but the next one in Sharonville, the Victory of Light Expo. Kind of a psychic festival, alternative medicine and healing, as well as, shamans and monks coming together. So check that out if you're interested. I will be announcing there. So kicking over some Portugal the Man, and I'll be back with you in a minute. So peace.